Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We have a new box in. We are going to unbox the Makibes GV68. Let's take a look. Inside, we have a manual, which we'll take a look at in a moment. And we have a what? A battery? A watch? What's in the bag? Whoa, okay. I think the bands are removable on this one. What do you think? Here's a little cover. Let's take that off. This is the actual watch itself. Interesting. Charging port. There's your heart rate monitor. Sticking out nicely, so it's going to make good skin contact. A button. Microphone. This thing looks really waterproof, doesn't it? There's 4 little rubber things here. Not sure what those are. And a speaker. And it's got a note. The note says to charge it for at least 2 hours. All right, we'll do that. IP68 waterproof. Yep, 3 meters deep. That's swimming kind. No use under these conditions. You don't want to shower with a hot water with it, or go deep diving, or operate it in water. But you can swim with it, it looks like, and what it's compatible with. Same thing in Chinese. What else is in the box? Wow, looks like the bands. Okay, green and black, that's what it said. Easy to install them and add them onto the watch. We'll do that. And then we've got a couple of hidden compartments, of which we have the charging cable. And nothing in that one. And the charging cable is our standard. We're seeing this more and more. 4-pin magnetic couple. Which way does it want to go? Like this? Nope. It was that. Like that. Okay. And it's got good battery, or good magnets in it too. So it couples really nice and solid. Nice. All right. That's everything in the bag. In the box. Who's it from? Well, it's right from the official store. It's a Makibes GV68 IP68. Interesting. Waterproof sports watch. And it's available in the show notes down below. Check it out. We'll see if we have a discount coupon for you. And you can pick it up directly from the official store. Inside, you find this watch. Is a 2502D. It's up to the D in the 2502 series of chips. Little bit of memory, not much, but then that's what we expect on a tethering watch. It's just enough to do the job. It's running Bluetooth version 4 and is waterproof. Has all of these different features and functions. Again, being a tethering watch, you will be able to make phone calls directly from the watch and do notification synchronization from your phone. There's no place to put a SIM card, so it's not going to be a standalone. It's a 240 by 240 inch screen, capacitive touch, and 360 milliamp hour battery with a 2-hour charging time. Tethers to the Funduwear app. We've seen that many, many times. That's a good solid app as basic apps go for doing data collection of your sport information that you accumulate on the watch. And a silicone strap. Nice! All right. Well, I'm going to put the bands on, charge it for that minimum 2 hours, and then we'll turn it on and take a look at it. We are all charged up and ready to go, but before we begin, let's take a quick look at the user's manual that comes with this watch. And by way of orientation, this is a true tethering watch. That means you'll be able to connect this watch to your phone, make and receive phone calls, and send and receive text messages through your phone number on your phone. And that's pretty cool because it gives you a lot of flexibility, especially if you're all wet, right? Wearing this thing, hopping out of the pool. You could take a call right on your arm. It's not a dual mode watch. Those kind of watches also have a SIM card built into them, or a SIM card slot that you could put a phone company SIM card in and use it as a standalone device. The Android watches typically do that. Dual mode watches have both, and this is a tethering watch. Oops, okay, that goes from page 12. I think this is backwards. Yep, we're going to have to read backwards from this point now. I don't know, they printed it that way. So a tethering watch like this one that connects to an app, in this case the Funduwear app that you put on your phone, will allow you to do all that phone calling stuff. You can receive notifications, and it will be able to transfer the data that you collect from your watch, your running data, your steps, your heart rate information. It'll be able to transfer that to your phone in the Funduwear app, and then you can look at it and analyze it and work with it there. Okay, and that is the manual. So, what's it look like? Let's turn it on and see. Press and hold the one side button. Comes up with Smartwatch. Wow, the colors are interesting. Yellow is in the middle and kind of a white or blue on the sides. We have this really awesome blue-green, not blue-green, yellow-green watch band on it. Oh, it's got that flip to turn on display capability. You saw that already. What's it look like on? Let's give it a try. It's a really stretchy silicone band. You can tell this is something you can swim in and it's going to survive. Maybe even salt water in the ocean. I don't know. Don't know about the watch though. I'm not going to recommend it, but it's possible. Hey, it's really nice. Bright display. Attractive band. Looks good. Sits well on the arm. One button on the side. And I think if you tap it, touch it, yeah, if you touch it while the display is on, when you twist it, you don't even have to use the side button, which is good because you're not supposed to operate it when you're swimming or in water, right? And I imagine that's because they don't want you pressing the button. You could get water in when you press it. But you saw with that flip the wrist thing to turn it on, I could touch the screen and get access to all of these different sections, which I guess we're going through right now. All right. We'll wander all the way through back to the beginning, which was here. Phone would let you go in and make a phone call. Okay, you dialer, phone book, call history, messaging. All this will light up and be available to you when you have it tethered to your phone. Nice. Swipe goes back, clean and easy. Health. A whole category. It's a folder that has heart rate, pedometer, a sleep monitor, and sedentary reminder. Let's check the heart rate since we happen to be here. Is it going? It is when we touch it. Okay, it's on the arm. It's blinking. It's measuring, which means it's sending that little green diode signal into my skin and reading the pulsing of the blood through my capillaries. That's how this works. The reflected light comes in, it analyzes it and interprets it and gives me a heart rate. Now, that's here on the watch, and it's available when I'm tethered to the phone to send that to the phone and have that information on the phone. Pedometer is where we would track our steps, and you get your calories burned and your kilometers walked as well. And you see there's a goal of 10,000 set here. And that's all done, I'm pretty sure, through the app that you can establish your goal, put in your gender, height, weight, all those kind of things which helps it calculate your calories burned. The sleep monitor is where you start it, and when you're sleeping, it will monitor the quality of your sleep and tell you how much deep sleep and light sleep you had that particular night. And again, that can go over to your phone. And then sedentary reminder is reminding you how soon you should get up and stretch, or whatever looping thing you want, up to 300 minutes in 30-minute increments. It's a looping timer, so you can just choose what you want and set it just for one, but you can set that and have it vibrate and let you know that the time is up for you to do what you set it for. In this case, they call it sedentary. And drink is for drinking water. An adult needs an average of 2.5 liters of water a day. So when you activate this, it's going to remind you to drink water at a particular interval. It's not telling us what that is. Oh, maybe down here. Okay. Oh, okay. Turn this feature on every morning from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Once an hour, it will remind you to drink water. So it's another form of a looping timer, similar to sedentary, but fixed to loop to remind you every hour. That's the health category. Remote lets you, when you're tethered, use this as a remote camera. You tap that and you'll be able to take a picture from what your camera is pointed at, and that picture will be saved on your camera. Bluetooth music lets you play the music on your phone, okay, and control it from your watch. And anti-loss is, of course, going to make the watch make noise or the phone make noise or both make noise when you are separated out of Bluetooth range. So if you walked off and left your phone by accident, you'll know immediately to go pick it up. That's what anti-lost means. Our tool category lets us set alarms just by adding what time you want, how often you want it to repeat, all those things. And you can activate it. You have a calculator, which is a basic calculator function. Now I'm noticing on this one that the display is really small, which is unfortunate. It looks like there's good space there to have a larger digits. I've seen brighter, bigger calendars with bigger displays. The buttons are nice and easy to touch. The screen is a good size, but the result is kind of tiny. Too bad. Not happy with that. Calendar is your basic overall calendar, shows you the current day, and then you can get in here and see the days of the week, but you can't do anything with it. You can't enter data. You can't have reminders. It's not a sophisticated calendar on any of these. And you do have a stopwatch, which is nice. And now that's the kind of digits I would have liked to have seen in the calculator. Good for timing your events, whatever you're doing. And I'm pretty sure you can turn this on before you get in water, and it'll be running in the background. And depending on the capacitive nature of the screen, if you come up out of water and shake it dry, you might be able to slide it and get into these different areas. You can take lap times periodically, and they will stack up here, and you can scroll and see them. You can stop it. You can reset everything. Basic stopwatch. That's the tools. Notifier. This is where you would see all of the notifications that you've chosen to send to your watch from your phone. They'd show up there. You can deal with them there. They probably will also burst onto the watch when they come through, so you see them directly. BT is, of course, setting our Bluetooth, and you can search for devices that you can connect with, and that's how you would connect this to your phone. App. This is the QR code, folks. Scan that if you want to. That you would use to, is that in focus? That you would use to download the FunDoWear app. Of course, you can go straight to the Google Play Store and download it directly from there. And then your overall settings. Bluetooth settings, you have the power on and visibility on. If you're not going to be using Bluetooth, turn the power off. And you'll get longer battery life. You don't need Bluetooth on when you're out doing your run. You only need it on when you're back and you're syncing. So you can, little hint, you can turn it off there. Visibility doesn't matter on and off. If the power is off, it's not going to be visible. And it's just a toggle, so you just touch it and switch it. When you come back, you can connect back up to your phone. Here's a clock where we can change the type directly from here, or we'll probably be able to touch and hold on the watch faces and change it from there. We'll do that in a minute. This is the display you get when you do that, but you can also change it from here. You can sync the time to your phone. So when you tether, it will automatically pull the phone time and put it on your watch. Or you can turn that off if you want to, and you could set the date, the time, and everything manually. You have time format select of 12-hour and 24 hours. So if you want 12-hour format, turn off the automatic time syncing and switch it, and then turn it back on. And now you'll see it'll be in 12-hour format. If you can't seem to get it out at 24-hour, that's a trick I learned that you can do. Okay, and it should be in 12-hour, you know, AM, PM style right now. Then you have sound. These are the different type of sounds that the watch will emit on the different conditions for alerts, ringtones, and notifications. This is the style for the alerts. You can have it ring only, vibrate and ring at the same time, or you can have it vibrate, and if you don't respond to the vibration after a couple of them, it'll then ring. This is great for meetings and things like that, so you can feel the vibration and dismiss it before you interrupt anybody. These are the ringtones themselves. There's the first one. And I've already have the volume up all the way, so this is as loud as it's going to get. The speaker again is right under my hairs, right there. Here's ring 2. Little angel chimes. It just doesn't, I don't know. For me, I'd like to hear something blasting out if I'm going to be out running or swimming or doing some aerobic thing. This is great for coming out of yoga, but not for exercise. Another harp kind. Number 4. Wow, okay. I'd mark them down on this. First of all, not much variety. And secondly, not any loud ones. Oh my goodness. That'll put me to sleep. Alright, once again, these are ringtones. Now, a ringtone is when your phone is calling. And if it's calling, you probably want to hear it. Come on, guys. Give us louder, more present ringtones. Something from Resident Evil, you know, something like that. Oh, wait a minute. We just did ringtones. Okay, and then the other thing are notifications. Here's our first one. Enough said, right? Not even going to go there. Number 2. Uh-huh. Why am I getting the feeling this is a lady's watch? Somebody really likes playing with the xylophone. Oh, goodness. Uh-huh. Yeah. Those are the tones, the ringtones and the notifications that you can set. Yes. Display. Oh, yeah, you know, I just wanted to show you before we get it. Come on, out of here. The volumes are all at 6, 6, and 6, so they're full volume. You go in here and you hit the minus key. You can change it down to soft and all the way off if you want to. So if you're not going to be using it for phone calling and notifications, you can change those to 0. Multimedia is everything else. That's the volume. Our display, we can have only one type of display, and that's one app at a time on this watch. Brightness levels, adjust all the way down to here, which is pretty dim. We had it on 3. There's full bright now, is really bright. You see how it's completely washed out on the camera. You can't even see the OK here. This is a bright watch. This looks like it'll be really good outdoors. You'll be able to see it, especially if you have that big time display, high contrast time display. I think that's going to work really well for you. And then screen timeout. I have it set to the maximum, which is 60 seconds. You can go as low as 5 seconds. So if you want that twist to look at your time and have it go off in 5 seconds, you've got it right. Well, actually, it'll go off on its own because it's designed to do that. But if you touch it, you know, and have the watch looking at your heart rate or whatever, and have it go off in 5 seconds or whatever timing you want, you can do that. 60 is good for the review, so I'm going to leave it at that one. But I wouldn't recommend it regularly. That's the display. International. These are the different languages. It's set to auto sync the language from the phone, which is nice. And this is the way you can display your names for your contacts as last name first. So the languages that are here, I have to turn this off, and then I can show you the supported languages are English and all these other ones. Very limited. Okay, not a whole lot of languages supported. Sometimes they sell different versions in different areas of the country, of the world, to offer the different languages, so they keep the overall memory down. You have metric or imperial that you can change between as far as measurements go. That's nice. I'm going to try going for imperial. And motion, this is where we have the wake-up gesture to turn the time on. You also can set it so you can flip to mute an incoming call or flip to mute an alarm. So you don't even have to touch the watch. And then shake to answer a call. So those are really convenient if you're in a situation where you can't or don't want to touch the watch, like underwater, right? Or just coming out of water. Just shake, flip, and dance on your head, and you can do all these things. That was motion apps. For uninstalling your apps, if you have any installed. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, the FunDoWear app is the tethering watch. But if you want to install third-party apps like the weather, I think is the only app out there, but or other watch faces, sometimes you can't do it with the FunDoWear app. If you're having trouble doing that, uninstall that and use the MediaTek Smart Device app instead. Install whatever you want, and then uninstall that app and reinstall FunDoWear on your phone for collecting all your data. But if you want to change all some of the watch faces out, you can do that. Reset is where we would erase all of the data on the watch. We're not ready to do that. And about is the information about what's inside this thing. There's the version, and the release date was April the 8th, 2017. Sometimes these watches can receive push updates. It's called OTA, over-the-air updates. These smaller tethering type watches usually don't, but the Android watches do. But that's the information about this watch. And that's everything to do with settings. And we are back to phone. So we've covered everything in here that the watch does. I'm going to press the side button to get us back to the main display, where you have the time, your steps, your heart rate, and that is your distance run. And notice it's changed back to miles now, it looks like. If I press and hold on the display, I can change to different watch faces. Okay, let's slide it. Here's another one. Very colorful, very large display on this watch, isn't it? Very nice. There's all your data down at the bottom again. This is showing battery power, 100%. I like that. Always good to have a reading of your battery power. Press and hold. We come to a round one. So you can have a round digital display on your square watch. This one says the day of the week and the date, your heart rate and your steps together with the time. So they've gotten pretty nice on the different displays. Here, if you don't want digital, you can have an analog watch. And a, whoa, much more sophisticated data-driven thing that looks like it's got it all. Your heart rate, your calories burned, battery power, mileage, and overall steps with time, day of the week, and date. I think that's everything this watch can tell you on that one display. And we're back to the basic display. I want to show you this adding watch faces and apps procedure. Here's a MediaTek Smart Device application that I mentioned. And we are going to connect to the GV68. I did that once before, and it's giving me a notification here, actually. Cancel that. I can say, find my device, and It's working. Vibrating and ringing. So that's a good way to verify that I've got a connection. And now I can go to My Applications. Now in here, I've already had set this up in the past. I got other videos that talk about this. Some of these are generic watch faces that can go with it. I don't know why it repeats everything several times. It's just an anomaly. But this digital, the white one, the gear clock, the black clock, those are all stock ones. And then there's special ones that you can install separately, of which I have a few here. I'm going to try installing this one called DigK2. I hit install, and it says install success. That's in there. Well, here's a really nice one with a kind of bright display. Let's install that one too. Install succeeded. Here's in green, big dots. Let's try that one. That one worked too. And, oh, I don't know, here's a fossil. Let's try that one. Another one, success. A Ferrari. Not enough memory. So eventually you run out of space. Like I said, there's not much memory in these things. So, check this out. I press and hold, and I go through. There's the ones we've seen before. Aha! That's new, right? We've seen that one. There's what they call the K watch. It's a digital watch. It shows the weather actually on it as well. Interesting. Here's the other one we put in. The Nike one. You see the Nike symbol there. Here was the digital dot one. Really big, nice and easy to see outdoors. There's the fossil one, a round one on this watch. So you have lots of capabilities using the MediaTek device, a smart device app to put these in. And then, like I said, you can uninstall it and switch back to the FunDoWear app. And when you do, you get access to all these other kind of things. Your notifications, it's going to load all the notifications that are in your phone up, and then you can select which ones you want it to push notifications to your watch and which ones you don't by turning them on and off, both your personal apps that you've installed and then system apps on the phone that you want information sent over here to the watch. Very similar operation on FunDoWear, and that's how you get your notifications. You can set alerts, music, you can switch mode, device info. Here's the information about this device. It tells you what it has in it. Okay. And so forth. So we've, like I said, got quite a few apps that all use the FunDoWear app for tethering, and this is the MediaTek app, very similar but different, but really good for using, for installing watch faces and the weather app. The GV68, folks, the Makibes smartwatch, and it looks like it's a winner as far as what it can do. It's fully waterproof for swimming. It tethers to the FunDoWear app. It's got a really bold, colorful, bright display. The ringtones could be better. The band is nice. It's stretchable material. It looks like it's going to work well. And if you get yourself a cup of double dark chocolate gelato and a bottle of water to put in your already eaten gelato, you don't think it's going to last very long, do you? You, like me, can prove that this little sucker is waterproof. I want to come back to my home screen and dunk it. There we go, underwater. Well, you know what we should do? Oh, notice that it kind of flips out and goes on its own when you take it out. We want to go to the settings and go into our sound Settings, sound, ringtones, and play one of these. Can you hear that? Oh, I need a loud one. There, that's louder. Now let's dunk it. You hear it? I can feel the vibration. Fully waterproof, folks. I've wanted to do this for a while, and we haven't had one that we can play with like this. Yes. All right. The Makibes GV68. Directly from the show link down below from their official store. Thanks for watching Smartwatch Ticks. Have a good swim. We'll see you again later.